Have you ever wondered if there was someone who once walked this earth richer than Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or any billionaire you've ever heard of? Someone whose wealth was so vast that even historians struggled to measure it. Well, there was such a man. His name was Mansa Musa, the King of Kings, the Lion of Mali, and the richest man to ever live. Our story begins in the year 1280, deep in the golden heart of West Africa, the Mali Empire. It was a land filled with gold, salt, trade, and knowledge, and at its center rose a young man destined for greatness, Musa Kita I. He wasn't born into extreme wealth, but fate had chosen him. In 1312, after the previous king disappeared during an expedition, Musa became the ruler, Mansa, which means emperor in the Mandinka language. Little did the world know, his reign would turn Mali into one of the wealthiest and most powerful empires in human history. Under Mansa Musa, the Mali Empire stretched across modern-day Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Niger, and Guinea. It controlled the most precious resource of the time, gold. And not just a little. Historians say nearly half of the world's gold supply came from his empire. Imagine that. If you think billionaires today are rich, Musa's fortune would make them look like ordinary men. In today's value, his net worth would be estimated at over $400 billion, making him the richest person who ever lived. But what made Mansa Musa truly legendary wasn't just his gold. It was how he used it. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a journey that would shock the world, his famous pilgrimage to Mecca. He didn't travel alone. He marched with a caravan of 60,000 men, 12,000 slaves, and hundreds of camels, each carrying hundreds of pounds of pure gold. He wore silk, carried golden staffs, and wherever he went, he gave generously to the poor. In Cairo, Egypt, he gave away so much gold that it collapsed the Egyptian economy for over a decade. Yes, he literally made gold lose its value. That's how rich he was. When he returned home, Mansa Musa didn't just sit on his wealth. He built something far more valuable: knowledge. He turned the city of Timbuktu into a center of learning and culture. He built mosques, libraries, and the legendary University of Sankore, which attracted scholars, poets, and scientists from all over the world. Timbuktu became known as the City of Light in the desert. Mansa Musa showed that true power wasn't just gold. It was wisdom. Even after his death in 1337, the legend of Mansa Musa lived on. Arab historians wrote of his generosity. European map makers drew him on the famous Catalan Atlas of 1375, sitting on a golden throne, holding a golden staff with a golden crown, a king made entirely of gold. For centuries, travelers and historians tried to comprehend his wealth, but no one ever truly could. He wasn't just a man of riches, he was a man of vision, culture, and generosity. A king who proved that greatness isn't in how much you take, but in how much you give. Today, we live in a world obsessed with money, technology, and fame. But centuries ago, in the golden sands of Africa, a man taught the world that true legacy comes not from wealth alone, but from how you use it to lift others. Mansa Musa's story isn't just history, it's a reminder that power without purpose fades, but generosity builds an empire that time can't erase. And that was the story of Mansa Musa, the richest man who ever lived. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more tales of power, mystery, and forgotten legends, remember, this is Past and Prose, where history lives and stories never die.